So, welcome to our Pirates TV viewers. And welcome and thank you for joining us on our press and practice day. As you can see, the formalities of the riders having a chat over in our usual form in the back straight area. At the moment you can see the 2025 captain, Zach Cook, doing a few laps here at Wimborne Road. Zach takes the captaincy off of Ben Cook, who is no longer riding here in the championship in the UK. And Zach is more than up to the task at taking on the captaincy. We've had Anders Rowe out here doing a few laps earlier. Can be a little bit difficult to tell which rider is which without their numbers on. Everybody dressed in the same gear. Early season, it's always the same. Always difficult with the riders in the same gear until you start to recognise the colours of their gloves and all the rest of it as the season goes on. I have to say the track looks extremely smooth. Lots of track work been done here over the winter. You'll see around the inside the curbs have all been dug back around the centre of the track. It's a very good chance for the riders to check out their setups here for Wimborne Road. The track that has been prepped in exactly the same way it will be for the first meeting on Good Friday. That was Leahy having a bit of a blast around. Zach Cook's gone in for a bit of chain tightening. The guys coming out two at a time so that we don't have too many issues. Zach had been over and made a few adjustments with his mechanic. Comes out for another practice start. The guys will be using tyres that they've used elsewhere, but we'll have new edges on them. They will be older tyres, one edge probably gone. And they'll be using a new nice clean edge so that everything's as typical as it can be. It's all right, somebody's making faces at me there, so I was making a few back. But yes, so we have another couple of riders out now. So, here we go. We are in our new commentary box, all logoed up. Change of scene for us this year. And I'm quite enjoying it here at the moment. Quite enjoying it. Starke has just gone off the line there. few changes. He's back out. Starke's done a couple of laps, gone back in for a chat with Dad Tony and a bit of chain tightening. Thompson out there, I think it is. Wearing a black helmet, I'm not sure. Starke back on the line with another practice start. That one was a bit of a rocking horse. He was getting his head up on that one. So pops back in. He's with Tony. I've now just been joined in the commentary box by my co-compadre. Rob Dyer, and Rob, quite a successful day so far. Some good insights earlier into the interviews.
Yeah, not too bad. Shane Larson couldn't be here, but from his prison cell over there in Australia, he gave it what he could. So we're looking forward to seeing Matt when he touches down at Heathrow. I think he's probably due in at about 7 o'clock this evening. So pretty busy time for him getting set up ready for this evening. But good to see the Pirates out on track, and be interested to get their feedback after they've done a few laps out here. I know they were here on Friday night having a run round, and the riders were reporting pretty good situation. So let's hope that the winter track work that's been undertaken pays dividends, and we see some top quality racing. And we'll be looking at Bend 3 in particular, where there has been some extensive track work taking place, and we'll see if we can get some different lines for the riders as they head into that part of the circuit. So this looks like Tobias Thompson out on track there with Neil Howlett, his new mechanic for 2025, just doing a little bit of adjustment there. Tobias, who was telling us that he's had some practice already over in Denmark during the course of the last couple of weeks or so, and he's going back straight after the practice here to do some more practice racing in Denmark before the Oxford fixture away in 10 days time or so. So and we can see the chain adjustment. Hope Neil's still got his fingers left after doing that. Don't do that at home, everybody.
Yeah, these are the days that the riders will do their utmost to check their setups. They'll try a few different things, a few different gear-ins. The track would be set up to how it would be for a Good Friday race meeting, I'm told. Some extensive work has been done over the winter. Once again here at Wimborne Road, there were major improvements to the track for 2024, and the riders really did appreciate that, and a little bit more work has been done on before the start of the season in 2025, going into turn 3. The banking has taken a little bit off on the way in and changed the corner on the way in to maybe provide a few options going in, a few different options going into turn 3 on the way round to turn 4. So we'll be interested as the season progresses to see how big a difference that makes to the racing. All riders are getting a little feel for it now. They'll be trying various lines going into turn 3, hopefully.
Too much lift there. Too much lift.
Yeah, there is indeed, and
I'm going to state the obvious, but that was a little bit throaty from Tobias there.
I don't think he can complain about the amount of traction and grip that he had there. That's for sure. That looks like Zach Cook coming back out in the red helmet colour. That's Josh Goodwin, his mechanic, just running out through the paddock gates. Zach does look to have a camera strapped on him on this few laps on his chest. Back out as well.
We just picked up Anders Rowe there with a yellow helmet on, doing a few laps, tucked in behind Zach. But Anders there just knocking it off as he comes into bend number 3 and 4. And looks like it's going to be a little bit of starting practice. This year, of course, we're working on this automated starting system where the referee presses the button and the computer takes over and will determine how quickly the tapes are released. Anders blowing a lot of exhaust out there underneath the left and right knees.
For me, I think it's a massive year 2025 for Anders Rowe. Rob, I think he's come off the back of the end of a good 24. Disappointed not to be with the Pirates and voiced his opinion at the start of 24, and I think the management obviously justified their choices by winning the treble in 24. He seems to feel in the interviews he was doing there just before the laps that he feels he has something to prove. He's riding in Poland as well. So I feel it's a big year for him this year, 2025.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Scotty, because when he didn't get his championship place last year, he was biding his time, and it was only, I think, towards the end of July, beginning of August, that Glasgow came in to pick him up and offer him some opportunities, and he grabbed those with both hands. And to ride Glasgow at number 5, which was what he was asked to do, and to produce an average nearly 8 points a meeting, was quite an exceptional performance. And it's clear that the time that he spent over in Poland rubbing shoulders with some of the big boys out there has actually paid off. And as you say, Scotty, 2025 looks to be a big year for him, and what a great opportunity here at Poole. He's got a great club at Sheffield where they're going to support him all the way through, and then back in Poland with the Torren under-24s. Well, that's an opportunity that you just can't pass up. So a great big year in front of the lad from Swindon and not Weymouth, as we had a discussion about earlier on. And let's hope that he fulfills all that potential here at Wimborne Road.
Yeah, he's still a Dorset boy. That's the point. Born and bred in Weymouth. That's the point for us. He's our local boy. But I just think he's around some very good riders out there in Poland, and he was talking to us about it earlier in the press conference, and he looks very keen to be back here. His father has much experience with other riders as a mechanic, so although it's his father that's a mechanic, it's a little bit more than that, because his father has been with other riders, and so I think that benefits him rather than the normal sort of father-son mechanic type thing.
So we've got Louis Kerr on screen at the moment.
Louis Kerr is another one, Rob, that would have been maybe a surprise to some of the Pirates fans to be put into the team. But if we look at the numbers of his visits over the last couple of years, you can see why the establishment here have seen him as a bit of a bargain average to come in at number 5. And he's scoring sort of his last 5 visits. He's had double digits on 3 visits over the last couple of years. So it's a right inclusion, I think, for ones who can improve at that number here at the club.
Yeah, he's definitely seen what Richard Lawson's done here at Poole, and the riders are out of more or less the same mould, and certainly Matt Ford, who's got such a close eye on all the statistics, will have seen what's happened to Louis Kerr and that time up at Bellevue at Berwick.
Indeed, and we got Paul Starke now on the line. Another one who had 2 great years here, 2015, 2017 with us. And from what he was telling us, it seems that he's been itching to get back for a while.
Yeah, and he's never let the Pirates down, has he? You know, every time he's come here, whether it be as a fully fledged Pirate or as a guest, he's always done his best for the club. Sometimes the numbers have gone against him and he's been shown the door, rather unfortunately. But at the end of last season, he was here and he showed us exactly what he could do. He was riding out of the reserve berth for one of the visiting sides. I think it might have been Workington. And his double-figure score really reflected what he can do around this track.
Yeah, and another one that has been selected by the Pirates management off the back of what started to be a poor season for him in 2024, and he kind of admits that as well. And he now ended 24 on a high. And is that a good time for the Pirates management to grab him?
There's Starke on screen, just running over the inside line on the final corner. think we're looking at the green boots of Will Cairns out there at the moment.
Yeah, I think we are. He confused me earlier. I thought it was the green boots of Tobias Thompson earlier, but it's not. It's Will Cairns. He's just 15 at this current moment, and he seems to have a busy season lined up from the day that he reaches his 16th birthday at the end of June.
Well, I got to say, I saw him a few times last year, riding in various meetings, Nora League and things like that. And he was impressive. Boy, for a 15-year-old, he could really handle the bike with high degree of skill, and was able to put the bike in some very unusual places and make those brave moves pay off. Father Paul there with him, just with his back to us at the moment. Paul, of course, the Leicester Speedway co-promoter, and must be terrific if you're an up-and-coming rider who's got a Speedway promoter as a dad and he can let you out on the track every day to have a bomb round. Yeah, ideal preparation. But Cairns is going to have some pressure put on him. The Poole management will say that they're not putting the pressure on, but he knows in his heart, and most fans know, that the expectations are going to be high.
But he's probably only got to go and see a couple of his predecessors to realise how difficult it is and what is expected here from a pirate.
I was going to say, if we get back to the track, we can have a look at Richard Lawson doing some laps, but here he is, just on his rundown now. Lawson, of course, who was snapped up by Krakow in Poland in the early part of the winter months. Krakow coming back into the lowest division of Speedway in Poland, and seeing that Lawson was interested in a ride out there, snapped him up, and accordingly Lawson scores paid 11 on his first meeting.
Yes, and for those of us that know Richard Lawson, he is a very laid back type of fella, and he was explaining to us in the press conference how he arrived 3 hours early for his first meeting in Poland, and they told him that he would have to be there earlier than that. Well, those of you that know Richard and his attendances here at Poole know that he's usually the last guy unloading his van. So, yeah, I'm sure that Richard will train that Polish team into his way of thinking on attending.
Or the Polish authorities will rearrange the flight times from Stansted or Luton to get him into Poland on a Sunday to link up with their schedules. This is Cooper Russian, if we can get a view of the track. Is young Cooper Russian, who is one of the bright prospects of British Speedway, and he's stepping up this year from the 250s to the 500s. Rode here, of course, on a 250 during Richard Lawson's testimonial last year. Rode unbeaten in that event, 4 rides and 4 wins, and one under the wing of Neil Vatcher, the youth GB manager. And young Russian, speaking to his father earlier on, said, well, when you get an opportunity to ride at the home of the league champions, you don't turn it down. So here he is, afternoon off school, and down to Poole for Cooper Russian to get some practice laps in. His tasselled leathers are something that you'll notice right the way through his career. Back on track with Zach Cook, I believe.
Yeah, Zach Cook out there doing some more laps. He was here on Friday along with Anders Rowe. And Will Cairns doing a few laps. They commented how smooth the track felt and how good the track felt. I did speak to him earlier before we started, and he has got some plans to try some other starts and things off of some of the harder patches, like as we get to the end of the meeting, how the starts are. And then you find out what that setup does during a race situation. See the changes they can make. You can lengthen and shorten the bike. You can change obviously the gearings. There's a gear on the front on the engine. There's a sprocket on the back wheel. And of course, most of you who are constant watchers of racing will know that there's a cover on the side where the timing can retard the engine a little bit or speed it up a little bit. So there are many ways to. And all those combinations of all those gearings, it's finding the right run that works best at your home track.
Okay, so let's have a look on screen. The little lad at the front, Oscar Berwick, comes from Kent, and behind him, Mia Evans from, I think they live in Parkstone. And little Oscar here, I've seen him ride a few times on the speedways, and I think he's 6 or 7 years old. But if he gets in front, he is awfully difficult to pass, and he's quite a little showman. And if you had a crowd here today, then Oscar would be giving it large if he won any races. So here's Mia with Dad Jamie pushing out. Oscar Berwick up front with his dad Dan Berwick, who you'll remember is a maybe very good sidecar, grass track sidecar racer. And Anders with the double-sized helmet.
At 6 or 7 years old, they just don't look big enough for the bikes, Rob, do they?
No, little Oscar comes from a racing family because his granddad is Graham Nola, who many people know from the upright scene, former Wimbledon Don, of course, back in the day. So the old Speedway runs through the family line.
See, he has a little bit about him. He has a little bit of confidence, doesn't he?
Oh yes,
does the young lad?
Yeah, I think he's used to riding grass as well, so lumpy, bumpy tracks wouldn't faze him at all.
Did just have shots there, Neil Middleditch, Louis Kerr, and from the pits there's Ben Cook having a chat with Zach there. Our track curator there as well, Terry the Track.
So before the big boys come back out on track again, I'll sign off for the afternoon. Thank you to everybody who's been watching Pirates TV during the course of the press and practice sessions. We'll look forward to coming back and giving it all to you for real when we meet up on Good Friday. So goodbye everyone, enjoy the rest of your weeks, take care, and we'll see you over the Easter break.
So I'm off too. We've been testing all our new technical equipment here for Pirates TV, and our new commentary position. Those that, as you attend the meetings, you'll see our new commentary position, and yeah, it all feels good. So it's over and out from me. Keep enjoying the pictures, and we'll see you in just 10 days' time for the opening meeting. live in Swindon, but you're still a Dorset boy at heart, and that's what the fans love.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I treat it as home. It's nice to be down by the sea all the time, and hopefully one day I can move back down because it's nice. More of that. Yeah, it's really good to be here again today, and the track's performing well, and all the boys look good.
There's a few changes going into turn 3 from what we're being told over the winter. How has that changed the track?
Yeah, I think I'm the first one to get my front wheel over it. But no, it's performing really well, and it's widened the track a little bit for us guys, and it helps a lot if you're behind and want to pass. It opens up another option. So yeah, it's really good, and it feels really nice.
It looks smooth from us watching. We've been testing all our gear out and watching you go around, and everybody's not holding back, are they?
No, we're all trying stuff ready for the start of the year because the track will be quite similar. So we're just testing things out and seeing how it goes. But so far for me on a personal level, it's going well. Just trying some different setups and that, and yeah, I think all the boys are just trying to dial their bikes in and engines and feel comfy and confident as well.
It's always an advantage in that first heat on your home track if you know exactly how it's going to be prepared every week, and that's as important as anything to you riders, isn't it?
Yeah, consistency is key. If we can have the similar track every week, it's awesome. Obviously the weather depending and things like that, so if it's sort of the same, then we have a good base setup to go off, and it helps a lot and gives a lot more confidence.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you back at Wimborne, right? I know the fans are looking forward to it. We've only got 10 days to wait for you to come back here and ride at home. How will you feel on that day?
Yeah, good. Same as any other day, really. I treat it as any other day. It's normal for me, and but it's awesome to be back. And yeah, I don't know. It's weird being back. It's nice to be back, and yeah, I get a good buzz out of it. So that's all that matters.
The fans obviously expect after a treble-winning season. You guys in the press conference, you're expecting it from yourselves as well.
Yeah, definitely. We all want to win, and what better club to win it for than Poole? They've got an awesome track record. They've got more trophies than any other club, I think, and yeah, we want to add to that.
Well, mate, we can't wait till the Good Friday meeting, and we look forward to you riding it like you stole it.
Thank you very much. On the gas. Thanks, mate.
So Scott Mitchell from Pirates TV here with Paul Starke. Welcome back, Paul. It's been a few years, but on the last stint it was very successful.
Yeah, you know, I've got fond memories of this place in the past, so just, yeah, glad, happy to be back. This is, for me, somewhere I would call like my home Speedway club, really. I've done quite a few guest bookings for you, but it's good to actually start in the suit at the start of the year.
Last year you ended the season pretty well, and that got to be the reason that the management have seen something in you for 2025.
I think, I think they know the capabilities and, what I could do on my day. So, and they know that, I've not really had my head in the sport too much, and I'm keen now, and I just want to enjoy it and have fun. And I think, that's why we're here, and they've put faith in me for that. And, they want to do the treble again, and I want to do it with them. So hopefully I can come back and play a part in doing that for them.
In a couple of months' time, you'll be riding alongside the 16-year-old Will Cairns. Where does your experience come in with him for that?
I mean, I've been in this game for quite some time, ridden with some amazing riders and learnt a lot from them. So if I can pass any of that on to Will, then, I'll gladly help him and try and push him in the right direction if possible.
When you're riding as a partnership, you get to know each other's style, and so he's got to learn a bit about you as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, but that's what it's about, He's a talented kid on the bike, I've seen him. He's involved with a lot of people I'm involved with, so yeah, it's just we've got to learn a bit, learn how each other rides, but I'll look after him and look out for him as well and try and make things easy as I can for him, and hopefully he does the same for me.
So it's now all about the first meeting, getting here as quick as it can for you guys.
Pretty much, yeah. It's my first time on the bike this year, so I'm itching to get going, and things are going well, so yeah, I just want to get out in there, really.
Well, the season ticket holders are here. They're smelling the smell of the bikes again. They're all keen for it to come back. We're hoping for a packed house on that Good Friday and a Poole win.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That's the main one. But yeah, I think the first few meetings that we've got, it's it's a derby really in some ways, and the history between those two clubs is going to be mega. So I want to be part of that, and obviously come away with a win for not just myself but for the fans and the club as well.
Well, we're hoping you have a great 2025, mate, and some silverware comes your way.
Thanks, Scott. Cheers, guys.
I'm Scott Mitchell, Pirates TV, and I'm here with young Mr. Cairns, who everybody else will be starting to ride in 10 days' time, and we got to wait a couple of months for you, mate.
Yeah, it's such a shame, really. Yes, but hey, can't help when I was born, can I? So just got to come in halfway through the year. It's going to be a little bit difficult, but just going to try hit the ground running. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. You just got to see what the season will hold.
What did it feel like for a club like the Pirates to come knocking at your door and asking, and we'll wait for you?
Yeah, I was speechless when they first gave me the offer. We were kind of in contact for like a few months before, probably the start of 24 season. No, probably just after the season started at 24. But yeah, it was just such a cool experience. Just knowing that I'm going to be riding for the Poole Pirates in 2025 and 2026. So yeah, just got to perform.
For one so young, the fans will be so pleased to hear what you've just said about what the club means to you already. You're an inclusion to the side that everybody's anticipated. Do you feel that anticipation? Do you feel that pressure with what comes with it?
I feel the pressure on myself more than anyone else. Like even today with the press and practice, like there's always like a little bit tension, like seeing how is he, like who is that, and I can tell like they're all kind of looking at me and they're like, oh, how's he going? So it's more kind of pressure on me than anyone else. I like to put the pressure on myself because I perform better under pressure. So just got to try keep a level head and have fun.
Well, I think you have a very wise head on young shoulders. I've just heard about the changes and setups you're going to make before you go out for another spin again. You know, you really know what you want out of this game.
Yeah, I've worked really close with Greg for a couple of years now, and he's taught me the ways, and he's taught me how to do it. And ball's in my court now. It's time for me to prove Greg what I can do. So
the point of the matter is, you just got to ride your bike like Greg does and enjoy every time you ride it, and learn every time you ride it. Surely.
Yeah, I think we all want to ride how Greg rode, but my starts are slowly coming to what Greg's starts were like. But slowly but surely, we'll see.
Yeah, he used to find it easy to just get out front and hold on. He was good at that.
Yeah, exactly. I think we all wish we could have the starting abilities of Greg.
You're going to be pairing up with Paul Starke behind you. Had a few years. I've just asked him about pairing up with you. He said, I think we're going to be a good partnership and learn off each other.
Yeah, you know, I use the Evolve clutch plates that his dad makes, and yeah, so it's going to be good. And like my mechanic is his old mechanic, so like I think we're going to get along well, and there's going to be some banter going on in the pits and stuff, but we're going to have fun.
Look, we can't wait for the 29th of June. You can't wait for the 29th of June. and we look forward to the Pirates being somewhere nice and tidy in the league before you get here.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm looking forward to my birthday. I might get a new driver for my birthday, hopefully. So looking forward to my birthday, and then I got the Poland on the 1st of February. No, oh my God, what am I going? July. 1st of July, and then 2nd of July I'm here. 3rd of July I'm in Sweden. So
Busy boy.
yeah, very busy.
Well, we look forward to seeing you, and we wish you all the best for 2025, mate.
Thank you.
So, Scott Mitchell here from Pirates TV with Zach Cook, new captain. What are you thinking of your teammates as they're having a spin today?
Yeah, good. I think everyone's pretty happy and just getting the feel for the track again, and everyone looks all right out there.
In the press and practice, a bit of fun between yourselves, a bit of banter. Seems to be the way that we'd like the teams to come together here at the Pirates.
Yeah, exactly. I think all of us are getting on well so far, and I think you need that in a team to be successful. So looking forward to it. Got a good bunch of lads, and see what we can do this year.
Will looks good in his practice sessions here, and we've got to wait till the 29th of June for him. Is that going to be a hindrance at the start of the season?
Oh, I don't think so. It's only 10 metres or something. It's a long season, so that's good though. He'll be when he's old enough, he'll come out swinging, and hopefully he's going well at the pointy end of the season.
You've had a few meetings already this year, so I suppose having to wait 10 days isn't too bad for you. You've got a few more meetings until Good Friday?
Yeah, I got a couple working to this weekend, so no, it's good. Trying to get busy again, keep on the bike, and iron out a few dramas at a bad start of the season, so no, it's looking good so far.
Hinders the darts practice though, doesn't it, when the season gets in full gear?
Yeah, I know, I've missed the last couple of weeks, so I need to get back in there.
So that's us done here for Pirates Press and Practice Day 2025. We'll see you all here on Good Friday when it all starts in for real.
He went inside, outside, he weighed him up, he looked for the gap, and he burst through it.